Yeah, I've been gone for a while. Everybody, welcome back. If you remember me, I'm terrible at intros, so we're not even gonna bother this time. This is gonna be hopefully a pretty quick video. I just want to give some tips, some tricks, things that have helped me and hopefully help you if you've already gotten your unit. As always, huge shout out to my subscribers. I definitely appreciate it. If there's anything I don't cover in this video that you want to address, definitely drop it in the comment section below. Helps me out to get to you guys, and any future content you might want to see, that's going to help as well. Hopefully have some stuff coming down the pipeline for you. But without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. So the first thing I want to go over as far as tips that I've found useful, that's going to be your settings. Now, we've talked about this briefly before, but I'm going to go a little more in depth to some of the settings that may not be there or quite as obvious as what you're looking for. So the first thing we're going to dive into is your navigation settings. You can really map it to whatever you want to map it to. I use Google Maps, you can use Waze, or really whatever works best for you. Now, to map that button is pretty simple. You select what app you want to use, tap it again for your confirmation. It's going to ask for a final confirmation. You hit the check mark. I'm going to hit the X because I don't want to change it off of Google Maps. Now, if you hit that button and somehow your nav button is still not working or not taking you to where you want to be, what's likely going on is in your system settings. You need to hop in there and turn off local nav. That's the one that has it run to the default map app that comes with it. And of course, if you're not in China, a map is going to do you no good. So turn that off and you're good to go. You can also turn on auto run nav here if you would like to. That means when your system boots up, it's going to jump straight on over to whatever navigation app you have. So that'll be useful if you want this unit mostly for navigation. You always want to see that first. Now for your parking guidelines, this is going to depend on your model of Q50. I have the Q50 Premium, so I don't have around view cameras. That being the case, parking guideline is useful for me. It keeps the lines. It's a different type of line. It's not an original parking guidelines, but it keeps it. If you have around view monitors, it's just going to mirror your standard camera, so you're really not going to need those parking guidelines. You can turn it off because you get your OEM camera, the same OEM parking guidelines that you would have before. There's really no issues for you. Most of these settings are fine. You don't have to touch them, but you can get in here and play around at limit how you want. You want to, of course, mess with the settings to where they're useful to you, but if you don't know something, it's always best to ask before just proceeding. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take you to the advanced menus and show you how to get into them. Again, play with these at your own risk. And I highly advise, do not touch anything you're not familiar with so you don't know. But if you ever need to get into them, first is the advanced menu. There's two of them. This one is just simply accessed by advanced. You access it by hitting 666888. That's your code. Brings up all this extra stuff that you may need. The next one is the one that's a little trickier to get to, but still easy. It's under system version. Now, this is where you normally upgrade your MCU if you need to, but hold this button down, get another window. This one is 7890. I will put both of these codes in the descriptions just so you know, but this also takes you to a list of things: MCU upgrade, your Infinity car selection, and more settings that you can go through as you need to. So with the settings taken care of, the next thing we're going to talk about is our layout. Huge shout out to Frank on this. He really dug in and explored and kind of shared his layout and how he did things. It's really nice. If you're not a part of his Facebook group for the Phoenix Radios yet, definitely check it out. But a couple apps that I would advise that I was told about, shout out to Mike as well for giving me a heads up on this app, was the CarWeb Guru Launcher. That's what I use. Of course, you can do multiple windows, set it up how you want, put your shortcuts together, however. Personally, I like to cruise on this one. I just think it looks better. If we can get a Q50 image on there instead of this car, that would be even better. But with that all situated, this is what you can use just by standard. You can set up your widgets and everything, and I prefer it to the look that came with the unit. But whatever works for you there, that's what works for you. So no real concerns on that. Now, in this layout, you get to pick your different things. You got your time here. It also does, I guess, a trip time if you want to. The speedometer comes up as you go over this little arch here. Same thing can work for the other one. You got your infinity symbol, little blank here, miles per hour, time, whatever you want. So that's pretty straightforward and easy. Now, as far as playing your music goes, I would suggest the Power Amp music player. It works very well. I don't have any of my music on my USB right now. I just don't have it in the car. But once I do get that in, I'll try to show that just briefly in a follow-up video. It's real quick and easy to show and display. But the Power Amp music player is definitely worth the investment. It's about $3.99 in the App Store. So huge suggestion on that. But one thing that a lot of people will love and miss is going to be you want some sort of voice search. Now, as we talked about in earlier videos, when you hit your button here, it takes you to either the Chinese voice assistant, or if you delete it, it just does nothing. I'm working on getting that set, but that's in the pipeline for now. So in the meantime, you actually do have access to Google Voice. What you want to do for Google Voice is you're going to need a few apps just to make sure. Now, the apps you're definitely going to need, you're going to need Google, of course. You need Google Chrome. You want to make sure that these things are updated to the latest version when you have them. That's going to allow you to get to the voice search. So once you have these things, basically for now what you would do is you can set your Google app to be a shortcut wherever you want, but you'd open the Google app and just like normal you can say it. This may activate some of your phones, so I apologize, but here you go. So you can see it. Okay, Google, show me the weather in Dallas right now.
It's 40 degrees with showers in Dallas.
And she works just like normal. So that's all good to go, no problems on that. Now, an issue that a lot of people were having, it's recently come up for me, and it doesn't really have a fix just yet, because with the update of Android, you're now seeing it again. There was an issue with the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth for this unit, it works, it connects, the Bluetooth music is great, but the phone is not the highest quality, just because the microphone is down here. So you'll have issues with people hearing you. I'm working on a way that you can map, of course, the phone audio to the car, and of course, because I have my phone just connected to the car, but the issue is when somebody calls me, the Bluetooth will still populate up here, kind of blocks off half the screen. Something I'm working on right now. If I can get that fixed up, I'll definitely keep you guys posted and updated, but that's really just a quick one. Another tip I have is if you have this connected, if you do have the speaker connected, it's easy to tell this, but some people went without it. If you have this connected and when you go to play some sort of sound, you don't hear it through the unit, it's likely it's trying to play through that small speaker. In my case, I'll hear it through the small speaker first. And if that happens and you want it instead to be playing through your system, you have it on auxiliary, but for some reason it's doing that, just tap your music app real quick, let it start up. I always hit play just out of force of habit, but it works. You hit play real quick. That tells the system that, for some reason it tells the system your auxiliary is plugged in now, so we want to play it through the car. Everything will play through the car. You won't have the issue anymore. Last thing that I'm going to go over just real quick is what a lot of people always ask about is Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Does the system have it? Can it use it? The short answer is not by default. The system does not have Android Auto, and you can't run it off of the version of Android that's here. There is a module for it, which you can get if you just absolutely need it on the unit. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't suggest getting it. People have gotten the Apple CarPlay version to say it's a little buggy. And even if it wasn't, you don't necessarily need it because you have a nice nifty little app that I'm showing here called MirrorLink. Alright, now with MirrorLink, it just shows your phone just like it was, no big deal. And so in our case, we're going to hop on over, start up Android Auto. Alright, so with your phone connected, you would just start up Android Auto like you would in anything else. And there it goes. You've got everything working just like it normally would. It is your phone screen. It's just your phone screen being mirrored, so you can really do any app you want. But of course, it works just like normal. You can use your finger to operate it here on the screen. You can operate it on your device. Or you can just, set your device aside and work it from here. Whatever works best for you. But that is my solution for getting Android Auto on here versus going through all the hassle of getting an extra module, it being a little buggy, and having your complaints. But definitely, I appreciate you guys for coming through. That's about it. That's all we have to talk about. So if you have any additional questions, drop them down in the comments below so I can take a look at them, make some more videos for you. Anything else you want to see, let me know. I'm trying to make this just a general page for, Q50 stuff as well as my other things that I do. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or hey, you just want to tell me I'm doing a great job, a bad job, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you want. We always appreciate new subscribers. Hope you guys ride on with me, and I'll see you next time.